Keep going. I forgot to press record. We did the warm up. Now we're doing pranayama. Join us. 3 more. And on the last exhale, let's just let the body come forward over the legs, hands to the floor in front of us, just release. Take that nose to the right knee. Rooting the left hip down to the ground. And then the nose to the left knee, rooting the right hip to the ground. And then forward, walk those hands up. Then let's extend the legs. And you can either do reverse plank with the legs straight, or you can come into table. Yogi's choice. Inhale before you lift up. Exhale, press the hips up. And if you're in table, you can lift the chin towards the ceiling. If you're in inverted reverse plank, your chin is down at your chest. Press out of those shoulders. I don't want your shoulders touching your earlobes. You got to press out of those shoulders. Yes, beautiful. And when you're ready, come on down. Good. All right, let's come onto our hands and knees. So if you're joining us via the website on the recording, I forgot to record the warm up. So do a few stretches before you do the rest of this class. All right, here we go. We're going to send the right leg off the ground behind us. And we're going to take the left arm off the floor. So for bird dog. Now you can stay here if you want. If you want to add a small flow, small movement here, you can tap the hand and the toes on the ground and then lift them back up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now you don't have to do this movement. You can just be holding bird dog. Always wanting the abs nicely engaged. Rib cage pulled down. You don't want a flared back or an arched back, neutral spine. Give me like 3 more if you're tapping. Good. And let's come on back onto our toes. I'm going to put my blocks behind me. First, I'm just stretching out my toes a little bit because I get those little toe cramps sometimes. And then I'm going to extend the toes and I'm going to go into camel. Got my blocks behind me, or you can just do it by holding onto your heels. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders behind you. Chin to chest. Exhale, press the pelvis forward. And you can release the head all the way back. And recover. We'll try the other side. Bird dog, lift the left leg up. And the right arm up. And you can stay here, or you can inhale, tap the toe and the finger, exhale, bring them back up. About 10 of these. Good. And let's just come on back into child's pose, taking the hands down by the ankles. You can rock back and forth here if that feels good. And let's come on back onto all fours. We're going to do a few little core work here. We're going to extend that right leg out behind us. And then we're going to bring the knee and the pelvis forward to tap the knee to the right elbow. And then send it back and put it down. Then the other side, left leg comes out, pressing the pelvis forward and the knee, tap the left elbow, send it back and come down. And we're just gonna go back and forth, right to left, just a few times, really bringing that knee forward all the way to the elbow. The pelvis has to move slightly too, so you're getting a little bit of an arm strengthener as well. You can look at the knee, and that's going to give you even more of an oblique crunch. And also, if you want, you can just hold here with the knee touching the elbow for like 3 breaths. One more each side. And release. Yeah, come back to child's pose. Release those wrists. Good. Let's come into dolphin. So let's come onto our forearms here. You can hold the hands to, like one hand inside the other, a fist inside the other, or you can have them parallel to each other. And sometimes I like to even hold the edge of my mat. And then we're gonna just press up onto our feet. Now you wanna press out of those elbows. You wanna sink in the shoulders. So really lift out of the shoulders, press the heels to the floor, dolphin pose. Now you can stay here. If you want, you can lift the right leg. Breathe. And then switch. And recover and drop down to those knees. And let's just come back for a minute, get vertical. Our head's been down for a while. If you want, you can take your hands behind you and do an inverted prayer. And then send the elbows back. Tuck the pelvis slightly. And then you can look from right to left, just to open up the chest and the neck. If that hurts you to sit like that, you can come all the way up onto your knees too. And then release. Shake those wrists out. Woo. All right. Come on back to all fours, and we're gonna actually come into down dog, our first down dog. Go ahead and do what you need to do for a few seconds. Tread the feet or bend the legs. Maybe lift the leg around in circles just to loosen up the hip. And then try the other one. Lifting the right leg off the floor, send it through. Let's take the hands to the inside of the left foot. Runner's lunge. You can twist it out here if you want, lifting the right arm. Maybe a few breaths. Circling that arm. And then take the hands to the inside of the knee, and then keeping the back knee off the floor. See if you can come down onto your elbows. You might have to move that right foot out away from your elbows a little bit more to get the elbows down. Breathe. And come on back. Take that hand to the outside of the right foot and send that right foot back to down dog. Reestablish the down dog. If you need to take a rest, you can always go back to child's pose or prayer pose. Otherwise, lift the left leg, step it through, bring the hands to the inside of the left foot. Twist it out if you want. Energy in that back heel and the back of the knee. Breathe, 3 breaths, circling the arms. Hands to the mat, bringing the hands to the inside of the left foot. And then if you want, see if you can get down onto those elbows. Breathe. Coming back up, hand comes to the outside of the left foot, back to down dog. And let's just walk the feet towards the hands into forward fold and roll to standing, slowly vertebrae by vertebrae. Good. We're going to move into dancer pose through a quad stretch. Go ahead and shift your weight onto your left foot, grab the outside of your right foot, tuck the pelvis slightly, and then send the top of the knee to the floor. Lift the left arm, press the foot into the hand. Now you can stay here in this quad stretch. This is a challenging pose. It's a balancing pose. You're pushing into that hand so your arm is getting nice tension. If you want, you can also push the foot into the hand so much that it lifts the leg, which then initiates the torso to then teeter-tot over the standing leg into dancer pose. Try to keep the top of the knee towards the floor. And then see if you can come out of it with control. So only stay in the pose for as long as you can. Come out of it smoothly and safely. Good. And then when you're ready, try the other side. See if you can go through the steps that we just went through on the other side. Nice, you guys, nice. Beautiful. Let's do a standing spinal twist by picking up the right leg, hugging it to our chest. If you need to use a sweatshirt here or a belt, you can grab, use the belt by wrapping it around the, I can't talk and do it at the same time, wrapping it around the ball of your foot. Otherwise, if you're using your fingers, grab hold of the right toe with your left hand and see if you can twist towards the leg. Ooh, it's hard today. You can also do it just with the knee, holding the knee, or you can hold the ankle. Or you can use a strap. I'm using the wall behind me to help me a little bit. Try the other side. I think the focus change is the hardest part because that's the balancing, that's what keeps us balanced. So changing the focus from front to back, super challenging being in that transition. Good. All right. Let's come into goddess, and we'll do a little goddess flow. Let's just find our goddess for a minute. I'm gonna spread my legs out a little wider than usual, so see if I can drop my pelvis down. I noticed in the last couple of videos, I've been keeping it safe by keeping those feet a little closer than they need to be. Let's breathe here, knees over toes. All right, here we go. We're gonna turn to the right. Crescent pose, inhale, big breath. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, crescent pose, opposite side. And goddess. Let's keep doing that. Couple more sets. Find your rhythm. One more time, each side. And when you're ready, let's come into star. Come onto your toes. Reach for the sky. Breathe. And release. All right. Check the time. Okay, good. Let's just stay standing today. We're not going to do sun salutations. We're going to just move from side to side. So let's turn the right toes out and the left heel out to come into warrior one on the right side. We're going to bring the torso forward on the diagonal, and then we're going to twist away from the leg. Hold and breathe. 3 breaths. And then bring that heart center back over the thigh. Come into warrior one more time, and then come back to center. You can bring the hands to the hips. Beautiful. Let's try the other side. Left toes out, right heels out. Warrior one. Square those hips, find your warrior one, see if you can get that knee right over the ankle of the front leg. Imagine water is flowing out the pinky side of the foot, out and over the pinky side of the foot. Tilt the torso forward, coming into that beautiful long diagonal. Check yourself in the mirror if you have one or in the camera. Torso then twists away from the thighs. Keep the arms parallel. Breathe, 3 breaths. Drop those shoulders, come back, lifting the heart over the thigh. Come lift and take a nice inhale into warrior one, and then bring the toes front, arms to your waist. If you want, you can shake the legs out. Maybe do a few hip circles, like you're doing a hula hoop. All right. Right toes out, left heel. I don't know, is that in? It's hard for me to figure that. That's in or out. Let's come into warrior two. So now our pelvis is nice and flat, but that right knee is over the right toe. We're going to actually stay here for a few breaths, and then we're going to move into reverse warrior and hold back. So sink a little deeper into your warrior two, and let's go into reverse warrior. And we're going to do 3 breaths here. Good. And come back to warrior two, and toes come forward, hands to your waist, shake it out. Maybe a couple of pelvic tilts, like you're in Grease Lightning. Wella, 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 ooh. And then left toes out, right heels in, I don't know, whichever, in or out, however you think of it. Warrior two, opposite side. Sink into that left leg, but don't dump into it. You're still engaging. Everything's, I want to say lit up. Everything is lit up inside. And when you're ready, reverse warrior, 3 slow, deep breaths. Back to warrior two, and toes forward, shake it out. All right, we're gonna move into triangle and then head to knee on both sides. So right toes out, left heel in, flat pelvis, warrior two. Actually, is that what we want? No. We actually want to come into warrior one. So let's finagle our body, make the adjustments we need to make to come into warrior one. And then we're going to bring the hands to the mat and lift the back heel off the floor. I'm going to wait a minute. Oh yeah, okay, we can do it this way, sure. Let's do head to knee first. Bring that back leg to the edge of the mat. Lengthen the torso out and away from the pelvis, and then release the head to the knee. If you have blocks, this is a great one to use them for. You can place them on either side of your front foot and let the torso kind of drape over the front leg. You can stay here, or you can bring the hands to the back of the head. And now, oh, this is interesting. We're going to do actually an inverted triangle. So we're gonna place the left hand on the mat and we're gonna twist into the triangle pose or the pyramid. I got myself all twisted up here. Let's come back into warrior one. So drop that back heel. And now let's move into warrior two. And now let's lengthen the front leg and move into triangle. So I kind of did that a little wonky, but you know what? It's all right. We still got where we needed to go. I'm actually going to use my blocks for triangle today. I'm feeling super out of sorts. I've got 2 blocks. Press the pelvis forward. Try and drop the scapulas down the back. You want to be as flat as you can. Lift that, open up that chest to the ceiling. Press into the floor. And when you're ready, you can bend that leg and pinwheel the arms up and around. All right. We're gonna do this a different way on this side, a little bit more natural. We're gonna start with the triangle. Left toes out, right heel in. We're gonna go into warrior two on the left side. We're gonna start with the triangle. Lengthen that front knee, but don't lock it. Reach, 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 and then tilt, tilt, tilt into your triangle. Now the idea would be to see if you can get your torso parallel with the floor. So you have like 2 parallel lines with your torso and the floor, and then you have the triangle with your legs. And you're opening up that chest to the ceiling. And then when you're ready, you're going to look to the floor, place the right hand on the floor, lift the back heel. And now you're going to bring that leg forward into the edge of your mat. Place your blocks on either side of your foot, lengthen the torso away from the pelvis, and then drape it over the front leg. You can stay here. If you want a challenge, you can take the hands to the back of the head. Good. Drop that back heel, pinwheel that arm around, and let's come right back up. And let's just come into mountain for a minute. And actually kind of feeling the tree vibe. So if you want, just try a tree since we're here. Kind of center yourself. Beautiful trees. Try the other side. Beautiful. Beautiful mountains and trees. What a landscape we make. All right. All right. Let's come down to the mat. My daughter's texting me, where are you? I've always taught this class every Tuesday, and still they don't remember. We have about 10 minutes, so let's hug the knees to the chest. Maybe just a little bit of core work. I think it would be nice if we just inhaled, arms above the head, feet flat on the ground, and then exhale, just bring the arms forward. We can just keep doing that. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come up, bring the knees to the forehead, reach the fingertips past the legs, nice and slow. Inhale, lengthen the torso on the floor. Exhale, nice crunch to the knees, nice and slow. Bring the belly button in. Control the descent. Next time you find yourself up, bring the legs to table. Hold here, and we're just gonna slice like we're sawing the outside of the right thigh and then sawing the outside of the left thigh. So you're just kind of slicing the thighs with your inside of your arm, or just getting those obliques. It's not a very big movement. You want to use your breath of fire here, you can. Good. And let's release. Woo. I'm going to take my legs out into happy baby. And I think when you're ready, let's roll over onto our tummies and stretch the core out a little bit. We did some nice core work earlier too. So let's come into a very gentle cobra. Hands on the mat, hands flat. We're gonna pull the mat down towards our rib cage as we lengthen the top of the head and push into the floor with our forearms. So this is kind of like a half cobra. So we're energizing those arms. And then if you want, you can push all the way up into the hands and give yourself a little core stretch, but be easy on your lower back. If this is all you do, this is great. And let's come all the way down, forehead to the mat. Take the left hand out to the floor, palm down, and lift the right toe up and over your body, tapping the toe on the floor behind you, and look up at the ceiling. Lift the knee to the ceiling also. You should get a beautiful stretch in the front of your shoulder and all along the front of your pelvis in the hip joint and hip flexor. Try the other side. Right palm comes out, toe comes up and over. I'm tapping the floor with that right toe. I'm pushing into the mat with my right hand. I'm looking over my left shoulder. Good. Roll back. Let's do one more cobra. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Push into the floor onto your forearms. If you want to come all the way up, you can. And then let's bend the knees and come into prayer. And back down onto our bellies, feet together, soles of our feet together, hands down on the mat by our face. We're gonna click those heels together and lift the legs off the floor. Inhale, exhale, lift. Activate those glutes. Spend most of your energy on that lift. You should just be tapping the floor on the inhale. Use your breath of fire. And the next time you're up, stay up and just extend the legs and bring the heels back together. Extend the legs, bring the heels back together. Extend and click. Extend and click and release. Go ahead and roll back onto your back. Easy spinal twist. Yogi's choice, whichever kind of spinal twist you want to do. I'm just doing a nice, simple knees fall to the floor kind of thing. Try both sides. Shake out those legs. Let's stretch our feet away from our hands. Take a nice deep breath in, hold the breath. Squeeze everything as tight as you can. Go scan your body. Are you squeezing everything? Your rib cage, your neck, your face, your heels, your knees. And then release into the floor. Stick out your tongue, say, ah. And then drop into a delicious Shavasana. I'm gonna turn the lights off. We're just gonna do a 2-minute Shavasana. Bring yourself back to the room. Slowly come to sitting. Come into an easy, calm position, whatever feels good to you. And we'll close today's practice with awareness of time passing, with awareness of the ground beneath our feet, the clouds and sun and air above our heads, the trees that shelter us, the beautiful natural world that holds us all and allows us to bring our energy, our vibrancy to this world. The spirit in me salutes the spirit in you. Namaste.
Namaste, thank you.
Thanks, everyone. So good to see all these faces.